All right, friends, welcome back. Here we are, week 5, the last week of our course together. I hope that you have enjoyed this time and had a little bit of an opportunity just to keep your English skills sharp and do a few things to keep you moving in the right direction. And I thank you for going along with me and letting me be part of that journey. So thanks a lot so far. We've had a great time. So this should be our last week together, which puts us at June 29th. So the things here will be due next Sunday, and that'll be the end of the course for all of us. So this week's journal asks if there is an issue that you are passionate about. There's certainly a lot in today's society to feel passionately about, and society really needs that from you, for that passion, because that means that you're willing to work hard to get things done. So what is it that you are personally passionate about? Maybe it's something that every time you hear in the news, you get a lump in your throat and you wish you could do something. Something that is a current event like situation, or something that maybe people don't think too much about, but you feel pretty passionately about working towards a goal or a solution there. So what do you think about, what do you feel passionately about, and what steps are you taking to be part of the solution? Some examples could be the plight of the homeless, protecting the environment, equal rights, gang violence, ending poverty, equal pay for equal work, feeding the hungry, so on. So something that you feel passionately about. Okay, 5 good quality sentences. Your literature assignment then, of course, is Martin Luther King Jr.'s I Have a Dream speech. There is an audio video version here of him giving his speech, and there's also a PDF here for you to follow along with the text of the speech. Your assignment for this week, it is our last week, so it's kind of a culminating activity of sorts, has several questions here about the story. Martin Luther King's dream related to dignity, the dignity of all Americans. What were the roots of his dream? How did he try to convince his audience? If Martin Luther King's dream became a reality, he said he would see it in his children. In your opinion, has his dream come true? Imagine you were an adult in attendance at Dr. King's speech. What did Dr. King want you to do? And as an individual, how could you have helped him realize his dream when you returned home? Dr. King repeated many phrases a number of times. What are some of these repeated phrases, and what does repetition do for that, the power behind his words? If you were to conduct the research relating to 1960s and race relations in the states he mentioned, what would you learn about these states during this time? We've all kind of learned about this, so I'm drawing some of that information. John F. Kennedy said, all of us do not have equal talent, but all of us should have equal opportunity to develop our talents. How does this relate to Dr. King's theme? Examine the very powerful images that Dr. King creates in his speech. Review your journal entry regarding injustice that we just wrote about, and create 2 images that you could use in a speech or essay that would help you make your point. So that idea of what you feel passionately about, what are some visuals that you could add if you were giving a speech to make that, okay? So here it talks about antonyms, and it gives you some time to talk about antonyms and do some practice here at the bottom also. Do you think his speech is convincing? And consider what it might have been like to be an African American in the 60s. What are some obvious differences from life then and life now? And has Dr. King's vision been realized? Okay, so those are some questions that go along with his work. Then finally, you are going to be kind of using some of those examples and those things to talk about what you feel passionately about. This is set up a little bit differently. This is actually a PowerPoint, Google Slides presentation, sort of. And it has basically a place for you to put your topic and your name. And then on each of the slides, it asks why my side of the issue is correct, why the other side is incorrect, why should everyone care about your topic, and then wrap it up. You kind of summarize your reasons, their reasons, and give a final push for them to agree with you. Okay? So basically you're setting up for a speech. Then you're going to use that information to actually present the speech. You've basically got two choices. You can just record yourself like I'm doing now, giving a speech and attach that, or you can write it out like a paper and just attach the paper portion. But I would love to see you and hear you speak, and you can use your slides as kind of a guideline on how to set that up. You can use that as part of your presentation if you want. You don't have to. And then that's what you would turn in, would be the Google Slides portion if you give a speech as well as your video. So I'd love to see you and hear from you and hear what you have to say about the things you feel passionately about. If you don't have the ability to do that, or you're just not really interested in that at all, you can type it out as a paper and that'd be fine too. So I enjoyed our time together. I hope you have too, and I hope you have a great rest of the summer. Thanks, friends.